This man, age 60, has around 500,000 and would like to know, can I retire? My name's Daniel. We currently serve a few dozen clients, and we're first going to take a look at where he is at now, then whether or not he's projecting to be able to retire, and finally, how can we potentially improve things by changing when he files for Social Security. Let's get into it. First, where are we at now in this situation? It's completely hypothetical. It's not based on real client data. We have there a little over 500,000 just in a 401k, so it's all going to be pre-taxed, which means it's all going to be taxed when we pull it out. A little bit in the bank there, and then he's also married to Marcy, age 55. Current income and savings, he's still working. The plan is, can he retire next month because he already is 60? 95,000 for him, Marcy does not work, and then we both have them currently filing for Social Security as early as possible at age 62. Some goals for them, again, is to be able to retire right away at age 60 next month. Retirement expenses, $3,500. That's adjusting for inflation over time. That's also not including they currently live in a home, which you probably saw the net worth there much higher before. It's worth $400,000. On top of that $3,500, we're also paying for, and this is factored in these calculations, property tax, property insurance, and annual maintenance. We then have their annual health costs there, long-term care costs, and they also have a goal of tithing $300 a month and adjusting that for inflation every single year throughout retirement. When that is the case, just leaving everything exactly as it is, just running a Monte Carlo simulation, we see they have about a 60% probability of success, assuming that their spending strategy is just adjusting it for inflation over time. Of course, you can make some tweaks there. That's not specifically what this video is focused on. Also keep in mind, because Marcy was not working, her Social Security benefit is going to be 50% of the full retirement age benefit of Doug, the one who is working, if she claimed at 67. That is decreased as well if she claims earlier, like she did at 62. Also very important to note, if Doug were to delay taking his Social Security until, say, age 70, Marcy's max benefit would still be 50% of his full retirement age benefit. So if she waited until age 70, that would be the exact same. She'd be receiving the same amount as if she took it at 67. So we're never going to push her past 67. So first, we're just going to test, instead of both taking them at 62, what if we took it at the maximum? So 70 for Doug and then 67 for Marcy. You can see that there. We changed it just in the input. And those two things alone, you might think actually made things better, but did quite the opposite. The probability of success dropped from 60 to 49%. Of course, we're just running this in software. None of this is guaranteed, but you can see the blue line there. That is the Social Security. So it's much greater, it's a much bigger chunk, but they're taking it later on. And especially with those late long-term care costs, although they're getting so much more money from Social Security at a time because they waited, they also had to pull more money in those early years from the 401k to be able to sustain their current cost of living. Because all of these things, when you factor them in, yes, they did get much more money from Social Security than if they had claimed earlier, but their actual probability of success of having successful retirement, according to the software, decreases by about 11%. However, that's just if we went from claiming the earliest to claiming the latest. We can also do, and we ran this, what if we still kept Marcy at 67 because that's the greatest that she can go up to, but then we pulled Doug back to 67, so it's a little bit of a middle ground there. He gets the full retirement age. He's not quite doing 62, but not going all the way to 70. And when that happens, the probability of success changes from 60 to 73%. So the simple change between Doug filing at his maximum age of 70 and just 3 years earlier at 67 goes from 49% to 73%. That's a 24% change just with that small tweak. You can see again there, the Social Security is the blue. They don't have to pull from their retirement accounts quite as early as if he had waited until 70. And because of that reason, that money was able to stay in the market, hopefully continue growing. Again, this isn't guaranteed, but because he gave it more of that potential, it made covering that long-term care cost in the end much less of a strain. So what's so important to note from all of this, there's tons of different videos throughout YouTube talking about when to claim earlier, the benefits of 62 versus 67 versus 70. I have some of those myself, is that it's always unique to you, and you have to make that decision in unison with your entire retirement. For example, there is the point that if he were to start claiming early, for example, at age 62 versus delaying it, there would be less stress on the actual portfolio because he wouldn't have to be pulling as much out, and therefore his account would grow to a bigger number. As we see here, that held true. 62 versus 70, he had a higher probability of success because there was more money and less stress on that in the early years. However, if we moved it from 62 to age 67, that same principle still applied only for 3 years, not for the entire time, but still increased the probability of success from 60 to 73, and that was much better than taking it at 70. Hey, real quick, if you're finding this video helpful, leave a like and let me know, helps me out. So finally, the key takeaways, and first, as I was just alluding to there, is that small tweaks can make a big difference. Metrics matter. You always don't just want to have a number of reasons for filing at a certain age based on what you saw on the internet, but actually running simulations and seeing what it looks like for you. And finally, timing changes everything. As we saw there, the probability of success was pretty good at 62, a lot worse if we delayed it all the way to 70, but much better if we did right in the middle at full retirement age. If you're within 10 years of retirement in the US, subscribe. I release videos for you twice a week on how to do that peacefully.